Okay, part two, I'm back in feedback to the user. I just added the int result, return result, because it's a value returning function. And what the result's going to equal, it's just taking the count and adding 1 to it and storing it in result. Because this is a guess. Every time there's a guess, we add 1 to the counter. All right, so this little function is going to test, and it's going to say if the guess is greater than the random number. And remember, I can name these anything I want down here. Up in the program, we line them up by position: the first int, the second int, the third, and the fourth. So everything is correct. So I'm going to test to see if the number is greater than the random number. If the number is greater, if the guess is above the random number, that means they guess too high, guess lower, and then I tell them how many guesses they have remaining. I tell them how many guesses they have remaining. And in this case, the guesses masks guesses minus the number they've already had, and that case is result. So I'm going to tell them too high, guess lower, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever guess is remaining. And this is how I'm going to populate that with that piece of math. So if they didn't guess too high, then I test to see if they guessed too low. So if guess is less than random number, then I'm going to tell them something like this. Now let's not do that. Let's just copy this. I'm going to tell them something like this. Too low, guess higher. And then the rest of that would be the same. The rest of that would be the same. If they did guess it, I think I have that handled in this program. So I'm just going to return. Just going to return back to main. And I'm going to take a look to see what we've done so far. I'm going to see what we have done so far. So here we are back in main. We got the user's guess. We processed the user's guess. We test to see if we guessed right or if we ran out of guesses. And then outside of the loop, which is right here, I'm going to provide feedback again. And the feedback I'm going to provide is they either got it right or they got it wrong. So I'm going to test to see if they got it right. If they got it right, I'm going to know they did by the user guess is going to equal the random number. The user guess equals the random number. If that's the case, I'm going to tell them they won. So I'm going to provide them some feedback. I'm going to say printf, you got it right. The number, you got it right in %I tries, period. You guess %I, period, / new line. So I'm going to tell them you got it right in 10 tries, you guessed the 17 or whatever it happens to be. So now over here I have to fill in this. So this is going to be the guess counter, and the second one would be the number, and that would be the random number. And I'm just going to wrap this around so you can see it like that. So the guess counter, you got it right in 15 tries, which couldn't happen because we're 10, and you guessed 17. All right, so if they didn't get it right, then they got it wrong. And if they got it wrong, I need to tell them something about, I don't know, printf, sorry, You lose. You ran out of guesses. And then I'm going to be nice. The number was whatever number it happened to be. So that looks pretty good. I just need to fill in that blank with the random number. And I think I'm pretty good there. So the last thing I want to do is let them read what I typed. So I'm going to pause and then I'm going to test this. Probably should have tested this along the way, but I didn't. So here we go. I'm going to come up here and run it. Let's hope it runs without an error. And that's good. That looks good. So it's going to ask me for my guess. I'll guess 50. And it says too high, guess lower. I have 9 guesses remaining because I started with 10. So I'll guess 25. Too high, guess lower. You have 8 guesses remaining. I'll guess 12. Too low, guess higher. So it's got to be between 12 and 25. So I'll take 18. Too low, guess higher. So it's 18 and 25. I'll just go 21. Too low, guess higher. I'll go 23. And I got it right. And I think I hit enter too many times. I'll run it one more time. Let's just double check. Let's take a look at what I did here. So after I got it right, I paused and then the program ended. Just for the heck of it, just so we can make sure we see what's going on. I'm going to do a printf and I'm going to say a bunch of new lines. See ya later. And right here is where we really could have another loop, everything up there, and say, do you want to play again? Do you want to play again? I don't want to make it too complicated. I'm going to run it one more time, make sure it works. So I'm going to guess 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. This is my last guess. And for some reason it is not pausing. Let me take a look. Alright, so this pause is not working and that is driving me crazy. Hopefully you already saw where the issue was, and I wish you could have been in the room with me and you would have yelled at me and said, hey dummy, you made a pause and then you redefined it as clear the screen. So there's my issue. This once said pause and pause, now it says clear the screen. So now when I run this it should work. In testing this, I'm going to set the max guesses to 1 so I don't have to sit here and type a million things, and now I'm going to run it. So the program runs, I only get 1 guess. I'm guessing 5. Sorry you lose, see you later, and pause works. Pause works. I'm going to run this again. That all fits. Enter your guess. I guess 5. Too low, guess higher. You have 0 guesses remaining. Sorry you lose, you ran out of guesses. The number was 24. Alright, so to test this one last time, I still have a few minutes. I'm going to change the max guesses to 5. And I'm going to run it. So now I have 5 guesses to guess it. So I'll guess 55. Too low, guess higher. I have 4 guesses remaining. Too low, guess higher. I have 4 guesses remaining. So I'm going to guess 77. Too high, guess lower. So I have 3 guesses remaining, 66. Too low, guess higher. I'm going to try 70. Too high, guess lower. This is my last chance. So it's between 66 and 70. I got to go 68. And too high, guess lower. You have 0 guesses remaining. The number was 32. And as you can see, I was not reading my messages the whole time. Just wanted to make sure you were on board with that. I kept guessing. I guessed high, and each time I had to go down and I went up. So let's run it one more time, and this time we'll make sure it's actually correct. Okay, 55. Too high, guess lower. So lower is 23. Too low, guess higher. That would be 35. Too high, guess lower. That'll be 30. Too high, guess lower. I'm going to go 27. And I at least played it correctly, and as you can see, the number was 28. Alright, so I'm going to win this game. I'm going to put the guess counter back to 10, and I'm pretty sure I can guess a number in 10 tries. And I'm going to shut this video off. So here I go one more time. I guess 50. Too high, guess lower. I go 25. Too low, guess higher. I go 38. Too low, guess higher. I go 42. Got it right. You got it right in 4 tries. You guessed 42. See you later. Alright, let's go back and do a quick summary, and then I'm going to shut this off. So the first thing I did was put a nice comment header. I did my pre-processed directives. I wrote this. Now this doesn't belong here. That should go out into like a notepad or something, maybe a few more comments. But that's not a bad place to put it, but that's not a submission. So then I have my 3 functions in alphabetic order. Notice I could have put anything here. It wouldn't matter. It would not matter. These things are completely ignored and replaced down here with whatever names I give it here. So if we follow my little pseudocode, I generate the random number. I continue to loop until they win or they run out of guesses. I get their user's guess. I then increment the guess counter while I provide some feedback. I do my test. I break out a loop when it's right or when they run out of guesses. I come down, I test to see if they got it right. I tell them, or I tell them they lost. Okay, that's it. Good luck. See you later.